Hello and welcome to this video. Today we have a question. Examine if each of the following is a perfect square. So before we start with this question, let's first understand what is a perfect square. What is a perfect square? So for example, let's take a number like 4, and as you can see it's a whole number. Okay, and let's take another number which is 4.5 and it's a decimal number. So when a whole number is multiplied by itself, means 4 times 4, and the answer is 16. So 16 over here is called a perfect square. Okay, so why is 16 a perfect square? Because it is a product of two same whole numbers. Meanwhile, if I multiply 4.5 with 4.5, I'm going to get something like 20.25. So I'm going to say that 20.25 is not a perfect square. Okay, it is not a perfect square because it's not a product of two same whole numbers. It's a product of two decimal, so it's not a perfect square. Okay, let's look at other perfect squares, such as 3 times 3, we have 9. 9 is a perfect square. 4 times 4, 16 is a perfect square. 5 times 5, 25 is a perfect square. And then we have 6 times 6, 36 is a perfect square. So as you can see, 9, 16, 25, 36, and then 7 times 7, 49, and then 8 times 8, 64, 9 times 9, 81, 10 times 10, 100. All of these are perfect squares. Alright, so I hope you have understood the concept of perfect squares, and I'm just going to erase this so we can start with our question. So now we are going to use a method called prime factorization to determine if a number is a perfect square or not. So to determine that, let's take a perfect square that we know for sure is a perfect square, such as 12 times 12, or 12 square is 144. Okay, 12 square is 144. Okay, so let's assume that we do not know that 12 times 12 is 144. Suppose I do not know what is the root of 144, and I need to find if 144 is a perfect square or not. So let me just take that in prime factorization way. If you have any questions regarding prime factorization, then please let me know. So we have this 144, alright, and on this side I'm going to write all the prime factors of 144. So as you can see, 144 is an even number, it ends with a 4, so it can definitely go with the prime number 2, right? So I'm going to divide this. 144 divided by 2 gives me 72. Now 72 again ends with an even number, so I can end it again. So that is 72 divided by 2 gives me 36. And 6 is again divisible by 2, so I'm going to write here 2 again. 36 divided by 2 is 18. 18 is again divisible by 2, so I'm going to write here 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now 9 is not divisible by 2, but it is divisible by another prime number, which is 3. So I'm going to write that 3. 9 divided by 3 is a 3, and then 3 is again divided by its own number, so 3. We keep doing this until we get a 1. So now I have got a 1. Okay, so the next step is, since I'm finding here square, I'm finding square of 144 or square root of 144, right? So I'm going to look for twins in my prime factorization. So this is a twin pair, this is a twin pair, and then this is a twin pair. So all my numbers have been paired up and I have nothing left. So yes, this is one sign of this being a perfect square. What is the sign? The point number 1 is there are no pairs left. There are no pairs left. All right. So this is a sign of prime factor perfect square. So this pair of 2, I'm going to count it as 1 2, this as 1, and this as 1 3. Now we multiply them all. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 gives us 12. So we have now found out that the square root of 144 is 12. And yes, it is 12. So we are correct. So, and hence we have also found out that 144 is a perfect square. So this is one way to know what is a perfect square and what is not. We should get pairs. We should get twin pairs. Now let's come back to our question, which is 725. We have to check this, if this is a perfect square or not. So let's start with our prime factorization. We have 725. It ends with a 5, so it can definitely be divided by the prime number 5. So I'm going to write that. And then 725 divided by 5 gives us 145. That can again be divided by 5 furthermore. So I'm going to write here 5 again. And 145 divided by 5 gives me 29. So 29 is not divisible by 5. But 29 is not divisible by any other number as well. 29 is a prime number on its own. So I'm going to write here 29. And then 29 times 1 is 29. So my prime factorization has ended. Now what is here that we are missing? We do not have pairs like these here. We only have one pair. There is one pair left. So this is a sign that 725 is not a perfect square. So we have now examined, and we can say that 725 is not a perfect square. Hope this answer was easy for you and it was easy to understand. If you have any doubts regarding this or any more concerns, then let me know in the comment section below. See you later. Bye.